Hey guys, here I am again. You know you can't get enough of me. I got a few minutes before art classes today, so I thought I would take you onto this gospel trip again. You do realize, that this gospel was a part of our Bible. All right. That at one time in the Bible's existence, yes, this was a part of our Bible. So, like it or not, yes, these are Jesus' sayings. And I also want to show you this here. These are Jesus' sayings, okay? It says on here that if you can understand what these things are saying, you will not see death. That's why I'm telling you these things, is to show you, hey, look, there are answers to these. And you say, oh, they're like way out there. They're not way out there. Once you realize what the cadence is, once you realize that, yeah, you came into this world without God, and that we had our world we had our works to do and to follow the word. And then this one day we are lifted from this area, and all the interest that comes about that day, there's a sequence of events. Once that's kind of narrowed down, then you'll understand it. Because all of this is about the myths. This is all about what's inside of us. And it's pitted against the outside. The outside is that's the without. Whereas the people that go within, that's where all the stuff is all on the inside. So like here we have number 99 up here. It says, the disciples said to him, your brother and your mother are standing outside. That is quotes, all right? And Jesus would say unto them, he said, those here who do what my Father wants are my brothers and my mother. They are the ones who will enter my Father's kingdom. This is a direct reference to those people that are standing without. This is where it's written in our Bible. This is another part of the Bible, of course, but it's just written like this. The mothers and your brothers and your mother are standing outside. See, these are people that are not engaged in wanting to talk with either Jesus or Father, because they are on the outside. Only the people that are brothers of Jesus, mother, and even mother of Jesus, this idea, they're on the inside. Those are the people, these insiders. And this is where I came about with the stories of the Corinthian stories, that Jesus is asked by his people here. He says, how is it that you give us the keys to the kingdom and you give them parables? And he says, you guys are worth it. They're the inside guys. He's got to tell them the truth. Besides, later on, we find out that Paul would tell them in Corinthians that we were ministers of the word, of the New Testament. Not by the letter, but by the word, by the spirit. For the letter kills, and it's the spirit side that saves. So he's talking about they use the spirit side. But this is a direct reference to the letter side, the parable. And Jesus says to his people that we're going to say them, they're his disciples, his followers, those people, they're worthy of the truth. Whereas everyone else, all those people that they're talking to out there, get parable, because Jesus only spoke in parables. But to his inside group, he told them what we talk about here, the spiritual side of our Bible. But everyone else is unworthy. And that unworthy just means that they still have their works to do. And that all they're going to get is the veil. They will not get the answers that are underneath that veil. Not yet. Not for a while yet. And even though I'm trying to convey what's underneath these things, somehow or another, it still evades them. Because, look at all these wonderful sayings that I give. And my friend Bertie Birch, she doesn't latch on to not one of these. And it's the truth. This is from Jesus' mouth, But you want to know what the difference is that a parable hides the truth. And in this situation, your brothers and your mother are standing outside. And then Jesus says, no, my brothers and mother are here with me that are inside. And so this also foreshadows the idea that Jesus was never a real person. Jesus was only in the midst. He's an energy. He's a spirit of some kind, but it's invisible. He's never been on the outside. He's always been a part of what they call the sea. And once you go into meditation, no one knows what goes on inside here. Nobody knows what goes on during this meditation process. Never or ever. You know, we are robbed of this. Let's see, we've done a few of these here. Here's one on my count, number 102. All right, that's a 3. Jesus said, damn the Pharisees. Oh, Jesus. All right. Damn the Pharisees. They're like a dog sleeping in the cattle manger. The dog neither eats nor lets the cattle eat. This is a wonderful little saying because, well, 102 is generally, it's a 3. It's a situation where it's the Lord's day. And this idea of the trough, remember the baby is born in a trough. But here we're talking about, damn those Pharisees. They get right in the trough and they never eat, they don't eat, and they don't let the cattle eat either. Well, the trough is showing you right here, that trough is what's inside of us, and they occupy that spot. And they don't eat from the vine, and neither do you. And so everything goes in vain. That's what this is about, this idea that, and the Pharisees are representing the religious clan, not just the Jewish people. It's the religious people of the day. And they come along with the Sadducees, who don't believe in an afterlife, don't believe in God, don't believe in anything or resurrections or anything like that. And you'll find that this group of people are those ones, the lawyers, like me. I'm interpreting the law. I would make myself as a lawyer, but a scribe is also someone who is the writer of the law. And so you will see that this all has to do with religion. All of these guys have to do with religion. It's not a lawyer on the outside. A lawyer is the interpreter of the law, and the only law that we've got going on right now is God's law or man's law. And while both sets of these guys, whether you be a Jewish or a Gentile or a Jewish person or a Christian, you're all in exile. No one has God in them, and there is the God is still coming to them in the future somehow. So they're pressed to, in some way or another, this new Jerusalem or the second coming are all a part of this faith where someone else has got to do it. You know, they're reading it from the outside's point of view, which means they're led astray, because God's not going to dwell in a building made by man. It's just plain as that. No way. But he does honor a place within inside of you for a home. You're the God of hosts. You're the host of God. You know, my goodness. So damn the Pharisees. It's that idea that they take away the keys of heaven. They hide them. They neither go in themselves, and that's pretending that they know this other side of the Bible, which basically you can't. If you know the other side of the Bible, you're under strict, you're just told that you cannot do what you did as a child. You cannot continue on following the word once you've graduated from it. You know, once your transgressions have been taken up, once you have had your sins removed, you just don't go walking back down that same path anymore. Mother's in charge now, not the bitch. All right. So those who honor the bitch still honoring the you know, Satan. So you just can't have that. So there's Jesus cussing. Damn those Pharisees. Yeah. Ooh, wow. Well, let's see here. Jesus said, let one who has found the world and has become wealthy renounce the world. This is the idea. I found the world. All right. And then we renounce the world. We don't have anything not much to do with it, but we've cut ourselves off. We circumcised it. Jesus said the heavens and the earth will roll up in your presence. In your presence. That means it has to happen while you're alive. All right. And whoever is living from the living one will not see death. And this is the idea that you're being brought from once you finally finished your works. Do you understand this? This is all about your works. Jesus is about the works. All the stories are about this. So yes, it's not hard to narrow it down to what they're talking about. All right. Jesus said, damn the flesh that depends on the soul. Yeah. Damn the flesh, especially when you don't know. This is their idea that if you could learn to let this soul free, you're going to be enriched by whatever the idea is. You get this inheritance, and no, it's not going to be some property in the Middle East. No, you get yourself back, silly goats, So this idea of damn the flesh that depends on the soul. Damn the soul that depends on the flesh. Well, it's a shame because if you don't know that the soul is in you, that your job was to let him free, you're damned. And damn your soul, if you don't know what the hell you're doing, that poor little soul of yours is damned as well. All right? It's just the way it goes. God says, set my people free. It ain't a bunch of these crazy people in the Middle East. It's talking about our soul. You cannot sit there and bring God down to an person or a group or a race of people. It's the way it's working out now. The Indians got this, and the black people got that, and the white people got this, and this other group of people got that. No, that's all under one thing. It's just a shame. Just a shame that people misinterpret everything so terribly. But the idea would be that if you let go the soul inside of you, if you recognize that this is what God's speaking about when he wants you to set him free, that all kinds of wonderful things happen after that. All right. His disciples said to him, when will the kingdom come? This is number 113. It's 4 and 5. It will not come by watching for it. It will not be said, look here or look there. Rather, the Father's kingdom is spread out upon the earth, and people don't see it. Pretty cool. All right, saying probably added to the original collection and later date. Well, they might have, but this idea that God's kingdom is scattered all over earth is you and me as people in the image of God, the right and the left sides of our brain. We just can't see it because we're blinded by this spiritual slumber that God has caught us in. But we've got all of these wonderful things, giving us keys, giving us a key, giving us a little glimpse, a little something, little niblets, little pieces of pearls. Open up this other side of the kingdom for us. Oh my goodness. And on the very bottom one here, which is the reason why they think the whole thing has been kicked out of the Bible, is this number 114. That's a 6. All right? Think about this. A 6. 6 represents the works. It's representing the Kundalini energy in our body. It's female energy. Here we got 114. That's 4 or 5. That's a 6. All right? Simon Peter said to them. Simon Peter is this is where you're going to get your information from. He's the rock. He's the stone. Simon Peter, Petra. This is him, all right? You know that his brother is that escargot guy, Judas. His brother, his brother is an integral part. The guy who betrays the flesh is on the opposite side of Peter. He's his brother, all right? Simon Peter said to them, make Mary leave us, for females don't deserve life. And Jesus says, well, this particular time, this whore, all right? Says, make Mary leave us, for females don't deserve life. And Jesus said, look, I will guide her to make her male, so that she too may become a living spirit, resembling you males. For every female who makes herself male will enter the kingdom of heaven. Ho, ho, ho. Well, just raise the hairs on my arms, guys. Every one of them, honestly. All right? It's the very thing when Peter calls out to destroy Mary. All right? She's Jesus' whore. All right? He's going to do what he can to make her, it's going to take her along the line. It's going to make her male. What happens is, well, it's so complicated. In some ways, it's so simple. But our minds, the lower mind is where we're talking about. That's Father. He is directly connected to the seed, our child. And that child comes from the male side of the mind. It's going to make that child male all the time. So, we already know that this female is not worthy of living because she takes people away from God. She is the strange woman of Scripture. She says, we got to kill her. And he says, no. I want to make her more like you. All right? So, in reality, all our minds, both males and females of the pack of humans, have the same mind. All right? They have a right and a left side of the brain. They still have the male and the female side. People on earth don't have the female side. All they have is the male side. So the males and females, both on earth, are equal in this idea that they all are following the same bitch, the same woman, and she represents a male energy. That's where we get this. She does not represent womankind at all. She's representing mankind. She's an extension of the lower mind, and she is not worthy of living. So when this whole world goes about a change in our mind, that's the first beast is Father. Second beast is this whore. She's the next one that has to go. That's how it works, all right? And in order to do that, she has to convert into this child, and this child is a male child within her. While she's sitting down or meditating, the female person, the human being, sits down and meditates. She's going to produce, through God's help, a male child. And that is the Son of Man. It's going to be the son of the lower mind. All right? It's kind of hard to understand, but if you wrote this down, you could see it. You could see it. This is plain as day. Look, I will guide her to make her male. And that's all it is. Sit down. I want you to go into your closet. I want you to shut the door. And I want you to pray like this. And that'll make anyone male. All right? Hope you got something out of this. I love you. Got to get going. That's to you. Remember, learn this stuff. Bring yourself out of death. Bring yourself into life. That's what God says He does. Jesus is the way. Jesus is the light. Can't do anything without Him.